Whoop! What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to yet again another Getting to Know the Artist. I am your host, Wiggles, as some of you may know, and today we are here with none other than Mox the Wicked Mummy. Now, I discovered this ninja through TikTok, and he's all over, so you can find him. But ironically, I found him on TikTok, heard some of his videos that he had on there with his songs, and do what I do, and just shot him a message, and he was cool to come on to the show. So you know me, I had to get that lined up. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Oh, it's been a fucked up day. Neighbors cop calling and dumb shit. I'm yelling at my dog, which I get it. They probably thought I don't know. It's bullshit. They probably thought I was yelling at my old lady and whatever. But the point, like my neighbor, the other neighbor, sits there and like revs his truck as loud as possible all hours of the night, and nobody does shit. Like it's just crazy day. But that's neither here nor there. We're here. We're in this interview, and that's what matters. So, hey, we got Cat Daddy up in here. Whoop, whoa. This guy's music is fire. Oh shit, you know his music? Okay. Well, thank you. We're gonna jump right in with the first question in the list, and that is, what is your name? Where was you born and raised? And where do you currently live now?
So, my name is Mox the Wicked Mummy. I was born in Rockford, raised all over northern Illinois, and spent my teenage years from like 15 to 18 up in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Moved back down to Illinois when I turned 18. Moved in with my dad for a few years because my mom kept me away from him. I currently reside back in the city of my birth, Rockford, Illinois.
Okay, kind of went full circle there.
So, like,
Um,
a little bit about my upbringing though is I've been a juggalo since I was 5 years old. My dad was a juggalo before juggalos even had a fucking name. And my mom and dad went through a pretty messy divorce when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and that's around the time my mother kept me from my dad.
okay, I completely understand. That kind of leads into what would be the next question, in fact. And so you kind of answered all of them except for maybe like, well, one of them. My next question are you a juggalo? How long have you been down, or when did you discover yourself? And then, do you consider yourself a juggalo rapper? Some people see a box, some people don't see a box. If you have an opinion on, the term juggalo rapper or not, you know.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm exclusively a rapper. I believe I was born and raised a juggalo. It was just 5 years old when I realized it. But like I'm versatile, man. Like I don't just do rap and horrorcore. I also do some aspects of like R&B and love songs, and um I try to mix a little bit of rock or alternative metal into my shit.
Right.
Growing up, I was a metalhead. I was a maggot too. Like I listened to a lot of Slipknot growing up. So um I I wouldn't put myself into a box of being a juggalo rapper. I would put myself in the box of I'm a juggalo artist.
Okay, fair. Yeah. That completely makes sense. Some people just really, I don't know, hate that term, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So I like to throw it in there and just kind of see what the artist's take on that, is. But all right, fair enough. The next question I have for you is, what inspired you to start making music? What was the switch that made you say, I think I can do this and I want to take it serious?
So Like I started dabbling with music and whatnot when I was like 12. The group home I grew up in, we had this rap battle thing we had going on, and there was rules, like you couldn't swear whatsoever, right? So I went up against this other kid. His name was Jim Cochera. Haven't talked to him in years, man. You know, a lot of my friends from back then I still talk to, but there's some that I haven't spoken to in years that I wish I could get in contact with. But he spit this like battle rap about driving in a vehicle with spree wheels on it, and when my time came up to, like, you know, give my rebuttal verse, I was like, how the fuck can you afford spree wheels? Look at your goddamn heels. You know, like, because he had some like dusty ass shoes on, like you look at him and go, what are those?
Right.
But when the time I really started taking it serious, I actually went under a different alias, making music when I started taking it serious. And let me tell you, when I started, I sucked. If there's any artists out there that are just discouraged by your skill level when you're starting, keep at it. Practice makes perfect. Rapping is not a born gifted talent. It's something that takes hard work and dedication. And the previous Signia I went under was Little Guido, which wasn't so much horrorcore as it was, you know, like hood music. But I started getting back into it. I took like a 6-year hiatus after a while, and when I came back, I started using my juggalo name, Mox Tha Wicked Mummy, as my rap persona. And I started going hard, like it.
Real quick, Cat Daddy asked, he said, Curse of Legend Valley, your song?
Yes. So I wrote that before they announced the new location of the gathering. If it would have went back to Legend Valley this year, I would have been shooting a music video for that. Sadly, it's not.
That song is my favorite.
I got some new stuff that's coming out in September. There is, and I'll get a chance to play some of it here on the podcast, but one of them that I'm going to play is exclusively uploaded to my TikTok. It's called Mummified Juggalos. Hopefully you might have a new favorite.
All right. And I understand taking a hiatus. Sometimes life just life, and you know, you got to focus on you and what's going on and whatnot. So
It wasn't even that, homie. For 9 years, I got addicted from 2011 until 2018. I was addicted to a spice, a substance called K2.
oh, you ain't got to tell me twice about that shit, boy.
Right around halfway through my addiction, I stepped away from music because it was literally taking control of my life. Like in my music now, I have a song called 3 Coffins. I haven't recorded it yet, but it goes like 3 coffins deep, 3 deaths denied. You know, you really got to, like, I bury personal details about my life into my music. If you dig through and find it, like I flatlined 3 times, 3 separate times on K2, and part of the reason was I was actively trying to kill myself. So doctors told me when I was 21 that I was infertile and I would never have kids. And, you know, I was trying to kill myself, and I got to a point where it just wasn't getting me high anymore. I was sick without it. I was even sicker when I was hitting it. And I just decided to get clean. And then all of a sudden, after getting clean, it's like my body went through puberty again, and I ended up having kids.
Oh man.
So, I mean, there's a whole journey and a story of my life. obviously, like, there's certain aspects of it that I won't ever reveal and I'll keep private. But, you know, one of the things I try to do with my music, aside from trying to bring back that flavor of the family era before 2015, is I try to, you know, I try to reach out to the common man. Even if I ever get as big as ICP or Twiztid or Blaze or any of those artists that really inspire me, I can't ever see myself charging for a VIP experience. After every single show, I will always come down and kick it and party with the homies. That's just who I am.
I mean, touche to a point. I feel like that's what you're working for, though. That's what you're working towards. Like you've earned that at some point to charge to have exclusive time because my time is very valuable. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get time back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And I value my own individual time. So if I choose to give it to somebody, you know what I'm saying, and you disrespect that, or I'm not, I'm just saying like in a general or whatever.
I
So
agree
like,
with you. I agree with you. The ICP, Twiztid, all of them, they've put in their work and their time, and they've earned that right to be able to charge VIP. Far be it for me to criticize them for doing so. I'm just saying.
well, no, because to an extent, I know they used to do, and this is before I got to gather, but they used to like VIPs were free or like next to nothing, and like now it's $150 experience, or
I'm
so.
just saying is even if I earn it, I don't want it.
Well,
I don't want my fan base, or my fan base rather, to ever see me as if I'm too good to kick it with them unless they're throwing money my way.
well, no, I mean that's cool. That's humble. I absolutely understand that, and I wish you well with it. I mean, at some point, I guess if I that's what and I try to think of this as a fan, you know what I'm saying, of artists myself because like sometimes I'm like, man, it's always a merch drop. It's you know what I'm saying? It's always a but that's part of it, you know? It and that's just kind of how I look at it. But I understand being humble. That literally makes me think of an artist and I don't know if you know who he is. I assume you know who he is, but maybe not and his name is Billy Defense, aka Will Gates. That dude is so humble. He's an awesome artist, but like he's jugging for jugs. Like he'll perform and do that very thing. Get off stage and he's right there in the crowd with us. Like he's by far first a juggalo and then an artist. Like
Scum
so
is the same way.
yeah,
Scum
yeah.
is
Scum is absolutely. He's another, yeah. He'll
like
just be kicking it like, hey, what up?
I
Yeah,
I can't say that I've known him personally for too long. I've listened to his music for as long as he's been an artist, but like recently I became personal homies with Scum, like, and he's somebody that I look up to. So I mean,
yeah,
I will never have anything bad to say about that man. He is humble to his core, and he is true and genuine with every person he meets.
right. Well, it's kind of funny you say that, someone you look up to, because my next question is, who do you look up to in the music industry? And that is like mainstream or underground.
There's a list, bro. Like
Right, and I'm saying just give us like a few.
Blaze, Madrox of Twiztid, um, Shaggy Two Dope of ICP. Let's see, my homie that booked me for the festival this September, Looney Tunes. Like there's a plethora of lists. Like um one artist I could say that was mainstream, um that I looked up to, and I say looked up to because he's no longer with us. He passed away recently, and that is DMX.
Okay, fair.
Actually, in one of my songs, I refer to myself as the Juggalo version of DMX because I don't know if it's not just clear cut as to why. So, but I don't know if you've ever heard his tracks where it's like he's talking to the devil. The rat, the cat, the dog. How you gonna see when you living in the fog?
I'm not sure if I have, man. I listened to some of his songs, but I wasn't like his top fan by no means. I
I
didn't
would,
listen to every album and every, you know what I'm saying?
I
I
mean,
know who he is and who he was.
me neither, but I still grew up listening to quite a bit of his music. I wouldn't say I know exactly what every album is or I followed that
Right.
closely. But I got a chance to see him in concert once in my life, and he was a humble dude too. He at the show I went to, he didn't charge for VIP or a meet and greet. He came out and kicked it in the crowd afterwards.
Well, that's dope. I would go to a concert by no means, you know, like every means for that matter. Just because concerts are awesome, even if you don't necessarily know the artist or follow them. It's just a whole vibe. But no, definitely rest in peace, respect to DMX and you know what he done, his legacy and everything in the industry. Anyhow, um, okay. What's up, Raven? I just wanted to give you that shout out, put it up there, seeing you came in the chat. Appreciate you. You've been showing up quite often now. I might have to end up making you a mod. You keep showing up, and you know you seem pretty cool. You seem to be down and whatever. So I might have to give you a wrench. Uh, all right. So I think this is kind of like a double. So I think this would be like one a good time if you wanted to try to play, you know, one of your unreleased tracks, see if it's gonna even let you and pull up and maybe somebody would just see us sitting here and hear the music and it might draw some new people in or something. But it works because I'm literally about to ask you, uh, do you have any current projects in the works and or what's next, which is tours, concerts, shows, songs, EPs, singles, features, you know, like laying it on us. What do you got going on? And obviously, you got some things going on.
In honor of me making my stage debut in September at Hog Daddy's family reunion. By the way, y'all watching, if you have not heard about that, go check out the website. It's Hog Daddy's fam-ily reunion.com. They've got big ballers, little baller sites, 4-person TPs, and all those premium campsites come with both water and electric. So go give it a look out. Car passes and general admission are sold at the gate. They have unlimited car passes, and the car passes are only $50. But in honor of this festival, and Cave and Rock was where my first gathering was. That's why me performing here as my debut is kind of like a full circle moment for me. I am releasing not one, but 2 albums side by side. I am currently in the middle of, and this is the most difficult thing I've ever done, is putting together 2 albums and working on 2 albums at the same time. The first one is called Undead Afterlife, and the second one is called Death God. All capitals. The A is like the little email at symbol, and the E is a 3, but 2 albums. And I really wish I could explain more what the album's message is for
Well,
that.
you can leave some mystery to it if you want. We just
Some mystery to it, but for that you'll have to get the clues from the singles that I drop along the road to Hog Rock. So, and when you got to get the full story, got to wait for the album to drop. Now, I will say these albums, The physical versions of them will only be either available at a show where I'm performing live or Culture Shock record store in Rockford, Illinois. That's the only place you will ever be able to get physical copies of these two albums. Otherwise, they will be available on all platforms. But for like the fan base that wants to show their dedication, I want to like truly provide that experience of you have something rare to
Right.
that. So
I like it.
This first track I wrote is on it's on Death God. This one is called I Need a Bitch. Hold on. Let me back that up and hit the screen share. Wait, hold on.
And it might send it to me and I might have to approve it. I don't know how it's gonna work with you doing it, but just try and we'll figure it out.
Sharing is good with at least 2 monitors. I guess it's a good thing that I have 2 monitors. Hold on. Tell me if you want. I'm going to mute my mic. Tell me if you can hear the audio. I'll play like 5 seconds and then just give me a thumbs up if you hear it, thumbs down if you don't.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
When you started to play it a second ago, I heard it. I don't know what you were playing it on, but that little start of what it.
That's the problem. I forgot to say also share system audio. Hold on. All right, let's try this again.
I'm not seeing a pop-up either on my end. Maybe I need to hit my 3 buttons here.
I mean, it shows it down here in Streamlabs from what I can see. Right next to my box. I wonder if I have to click the present instead.
I mean, give it a go. What did you do a second ago that it actually started to play? Like I know you
leaving my mic open and playing it on media player.
I mean, you might have to do that, but I mean, you can try.
Fuck it. I'm Mox, undead king, Pharaoh single, dripping in and tired, apple putches in, fangs out, body wrapped, I summon my queen, she crawled on by the curse, live my dream, every grave knows my name, every tomb feels my touch, I fuck, I curse, I rise, I can't do much. I need a bitch undead like me. I need a bitch that rides the storm. I need a bitch who don't fit the norm. I need a bitch who'll fill my curse. I need a bitch who lets a death and rides in a hearse. I need a bitch who the tomb inspires my every verse. I need a bitch, my afterlife rider. Death won't touch her after I've been up inside her. Step out the sarcophagus, linen tight, glowing green, emeralds burning, creeping through the unseen. I'm stitched in, fading, bombed in rage. Need a shorty built to survive my plague. Move like death, dread the night, handle the crown. For my name, resurrect my sound. She grab my staff, she feel my curse. Whisper my name, body getting worse. Bones cold, lips hot, she rides a storm. Every undead freak know how she perform. She haunt the night, scream my name, never miss. Yeah, every damn pharaoh needs an undead bitch. I need a bitch, undead like me. I need a bitch that rides the storm. I need a bitch who don't fit the norm. I need a bitch who'll fill my curse. I need a bitch who lets a death and rides in a hearse. I need a bitch who the tomb inspires my every verse. I need a bitch, my
a life rider. Death won't touch her after I've been up inside her. She don't want diamonds, she wants the curse. Glow like fire in a jackal's hers. Tattooed runes, pale skin, ghostly thighs. Every mark screaming how she ride or die. Move like smoke, hair dripping night. Eyes follow light, body built for fright. She don't beg, she claim her throne. Arch her back, make this mummy moan. She crave my curse, she crave my breath. Scream my name that go through death. Two cursed hearts carved in stone tight. Forever undead, shadows in sight. I need a bitch undead like me. I need a bitch that rides the storm. I need a bitch who don't fit the norm. I need a bitch feel my curse. I need a bitch who laughs at death and rides in a hearse. I need a bitch sweet of the tomb inspires my every verse. I need a bitch my afterlife rider. Death won't touch her after I've been up inside her. She don't age, she don't break, she don't flee my rides. Only alive in the death behind my eyes. Grip my staff, got us hunger in the bones. Thunder in the tomb, shattering stone. See my midnight sin, my tomb of fame. Mold my title, whisper my name. Drag her fingers, resurrect flesh. Bound so hard, each tomb's refresh. She ain't no mortal, no temporary fix. She a coffin born supernatural, ride or die bitch. Scream loud, shake the desert sands. Bounce on top in my pharaoh hands. Forever in the night, sinning with the king. A love so cursed, even demons sing. I need a bitch undead like me. I need a bitch that rides the storm. I need a bitch who don't fit the norm. I need a bitch who'll feel my curse. I need a bitch who laughs at death and rides in a hearse. I need a bitch sweet of the tomb inspires my every verse. I need a bitch my afterlife rider. Death won't touch her after I've been up inside her.
Hey, that was all right, man. Not bad.
Now, if anybody in here has any criticism, I'm open to criticism, but before you give your criticism, understand one thing. Any of the tracks that I recorded last Friday that I play are not fully mixed and mastered. They're mixed down, have effects added to them, but they are not fully polished. These are the raw versions of them.
Cheyenne Pittman or Shaney Pittman.
Shane Pittman.
I dig it. Yeah, it's catchy. It's funky. I like different. So you're playing Hog Daddy's family reunion, right? That's what it's called.
Yep.
All right. And prior to that, have you done any like shows, like on stage or tours or concerts or anything like that?
I've done open mic karaoke, but that's about it.
So this is your first real like.
I live by a saying that go big or go home. This is going to be either my make it or break it moment. And the biggest reason why I'm doing this music, like I was said before, I won't ever charge for a VIP experience. I don't give a fuck about money. Like I live on benefits right now. The extent of me caring for money is my kids, making sure my kids are taken care of in this life, that they never have to want for anything.
Yeah.
Like, you won't see me buying a fucking boat or,
I'm on a boat. I'm on a. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Drive a fucking Lambo or something like that. Like, no, I'm.
Can I drive your daddy's Lambo?
Honestly, if I was gonna go out and buy an expensive car, out of any money I earn, it would be the exact same make and model of Pontiac that they had in Supernatural. Pontiacs are my favorite type of car.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I mean that's logical though. It makes sense. Oh, that's what I was gonna say though. So you haven't done, aside from like an open mic night type thing, you haven't done no shows or tours or nothing like that. Um, in between here somewhere, how long you said you've been making music for how long?
Since 2012.
Okay, okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I hit each, topic or whatever, got the points out.
Under
Uh
Mox the Wicked Mummy name, I've been under this name, I've been making it since last September. But
okay.
overall, like you could literally go look up, just for example, if you look up on YouTube, living in a strip club. It's on a channel called RSC Mixtapes. And I'm featured with two other artists. One of them's my dead homie Ramon, and the other is the person who first produced me. His name is Young Tat. Fun fact, I actually got him involved in the juggalo lifestyle. So I mean, like I used to go, like legit, I used to go by Lil Guido, and I have stuff out there under that name. It just never took off. It never got big. Especially not, like, I don't consider myself a big name yet, but like I'm Mox the Wicked Mummy is definitely bigger in notoriety than Little Guido ever was.
Okay. Yeah. What would you say is your favorite song so far that you have made? And not necessarily your most popular song. I mean, it could be, but no, but a song that means something to you for one reason or another.
So I have one. It's not anything I can play or really get into too much detail about, because it's one of those ones that's not dropping until end of August, beginning of September, because there's some personal details going on in my life that revolves around that song that are top secret until that moment. But let's just say it's about a female.
All right. Well then how about this? What is if somebody don't know who you are, even take me for example, because I only just met you, I got to listen to some of your discography and even some hidden songs that y'all don't know about that you sent me, you know what I'm saying? But if somebody came up to you, they don't really know you, but they're like, man, give me something that's gonna give me hip or hook to your songs, your music. What are you gonna throw at them? Maybe something a little more upbeat, or.
I would probably be Mummified Juggalos.
Okay. Yeah, you hear that, y'all? Mummified Juggalo. Check it out.
So I look at it like this, right? So a mummy is essentially a zombie. It's an through magic, obviously, not like viral like Resident Evil or anything like that, but it's an undead
Right.
corpse. Back in when I was thinking of this thing, I was like, what's more wicked than a fucking mummy? Ancient Egyptian curses, all that good shit. And I couldn't think of anything. I really couldn't. But I guess it comes down to even if somebody did walk up to me like that, show me one of your songs that's going to get me jumping. My music isn't for everybody. There's people that are going to listen to it and say, this is absolute fucking trash. And that's the case with everything. Like, you put any rap song on in front of my dad, if it's not ICP, if it's not C and P, he's going to say this shit is fucking trash.
Right.
Like my dad,
taste or opinion,
like every artist is supposed to find that happy line between I'm the motherfucking shit and I ain't gonna be shit to some people, you know?
Well, yeah. It's just I mean everybody's got to find their own fan base, I suppose, and it's you're gonna have similarities. You know what I'm saying? Lines are gonna cross as far as fan base and people liking or not liking or whatever. You know, we're all in this underground horrorcore misfit community. Or you know what I'm saying? So I
Yes.
understand.
So
I just like to ask the question just as a random, like, what if though? You just this is your opportunity to maybe gain a fan. What song would you throw at them, or you think would the general consensus would like? Some of your songs that like somebody may or may not like might be directed for a certain
well,
particular
I'll
group of people, or
I will tell you this, that my target fan base for some songs is not just explicitly juggalos. Some of my stuff is targeted at parents, like people that either had to raise themselves as a kid that or were orphans and grew up, became parents themselves, and swore that hardship cycle, my kids will never have to go through what I went through type of shit. Which actually leads me to the next song I was gonna play for you. It's a song called Pain Through Purpose. And the opening verse in it is about like my struggles in early childhood. It's a vague description of that, and then it leads into rapping about my kids, and I actually name their date of birth, and their first names in these tracks. So like, I mean, it's a really interpersonal thing. Like, and I'll be honest, this was not included in my set list for Hog Rock. My Hog Rock set list is my concert intro, Dead Mummy Man, Dead Pharaoh Walkin' 2, which is a Hog Rock. Basically, I wrote this for Hog Rock. Dead Pharaoh Walkin', the original, a mystery song. Mox's Tomb, Mummified Juggalos, Mummified Nedden, Scarabs on My Nuts, which is a lot of people's favorite. Step Up, Get Rap, The Wicked Pharaoh's Carnival, which you had an opportunity to hear, and a song, Villain Art. That's the entirety list for just one of my performances. So
now, do they have like 3 different stages, kind of like the Gathering does, or is it just one stage?
Stages, bro, multiple. I believe Looney told me there's like of like the pay to get booked stages, there's 5, and then below that there's like a plethora of smaller stages, like open mic stages.
Right. Well, that's dope.
So I paid to get booked here. I actually put my money where my mouth was and invested in this to be able to do this. And it was supposed to be a main stage performance, but they overbooked main stage. So what they did for me, because I did pay in full, was they gave me second stage, or I believe it's called Hog Pit or something like that. Either way, it's the stage that's right next to main stage. Looney calls it side main stage on day 2 of the family reunion. But as a special treat for those that pay for the early access day, pay the extra $20 to get in a day early, I will have an early performance on main stage on the early day. I have not put together my set list for that yet. So
well, you got a few months, not too many, but a few months.
I got exactly 116 days.
All right. Dude, I bet that's exciting, and it doesn't even matter what stage. Even at the Gathering, like, so typically the lower end stage, like it's either the pirate ship or something off or whatever.
If it ain't main stage, detonation stage is where the fuck it's at. Detonation
Yeah.
is where the party is. Now, last year at the gathering was kind of one off because fucking Iconic Stage was what was blowing up. Like, it was blowing up so fucking bad that people were throwing fucking squid carcasses.
Yeah. Bro, what was it? Green Jelly went down there. That was so packed down in that area. And like they decided to do the whole speech down there at that stage too instead of under the red and white, which was fine by me because that tent's hot and smelly and like Jesus Christ.
I would
But
have rather been in the tent smelling other juggalos' armpits than in the beating sun smelling a rotten squid.
yeah, it was cooking. It was cooking.
Fucking straight up calamari buffet over in that bitch.
Bro, crazy. All right. If you want, I guess I'll let you play that song before I ask another question, or even just a little snidbit of it, or whatever. I mean, we
This
still
is
got like what one, two, so we got like 10 questions of the straightforward questions still to go through. And then I got this little like game set of questions, but we don't always have to get to the game questions or nothing like that, just the main questions. And again, it's your interview, so I'm just
look,
hosting.
you got time. I'm free. We can run this. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Play your song, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, Wicked Mummy. This for every broken soul that survived their own darkness. Every abandoned child that became a parent and swore the cycle dies with them. Wicked enchantments forever.
I'm gonna grab something.
I was lost in the crypt, cold nights, black skies, dead inside, mask on, pain in my eyes. Now my babies give me strength every time that I rise. They're the reason that the wicked mummy still survives. I done crawled through the dirt, through the fire, through the curses. Whole life feeling worth it, still I found my purpose. Now I carry this family like a weight of a hearses. On my back, still marching through the pain of these verses. I grew up where abandonment lived in hallways, screwed homes, cold beds, nightmares always. Mama disappeared, left scars in the dark made. Daddy kept away while my soul started to decay. Young Mox looking in the mirror full of hate. Broken little kid feeling lost and contaminated. Every night praying maybe someday I could make it, but depression kept whispering you ain't never gonna escape it. So I wrap myself in anger like bandages and gauze. Took the kingdom out of trauma, out of pain and broken laws. Everybody judged me, never cared about the cause. Never knew the little boy behind the monster that they saw. Now I look back at the man I used to be, and I swear he probably proud looking down on me. Cause I survived every demon that was drowning me. Now I'm building something real for my family tree. I was lost in the crypts, cold nights, black skies, dead inside, mask on, pain in my eyes. Now my babies give me strength every time that I rise. They're the reason that the wicked mummy still survives. I done crawled through the dirt, through the fire, through the curses. Whole life dealing with it till I found my purpose. Now I carry this family like a weight of a hearses. On my back, so marching to the pain of these verses. October 15, 2021, changed my soul. Catherine came into my life and made a dead heart whole. Held her in my arms while her tears finally rolled. Realized I can't live reckless anymore, I gotta grow. Then November 16, 2022, Lindsay came along, suddenly the pain flew. Time moving fast like the Reaper came through, and I started seeing light from a different point of view. Then 4/22/24 hit the door, Marcus Jr. came home, I ain't the same anymore. 3 little hearts gave me something worth fighting for. Now I go to war with the world if they ever needed more. See, my kids never knew the broken me, never knew the nights I was hopelessly staring at the ceiling while death spoke to me. Now they the reason I ain't what I used to be. I used to think love was temporary, you think. Now I leave sleep every night, making sure that they safe. Every sacrifice, every move that I make is so my children never feel the pain that I faced. I was lost in the crypts, cold nights, black skies, and inside, mask on, pain in my eyes. Now my babies give me strength every time that I rise. They the reason the wicked mummy still survives. I done crawled through the dirt, through the fire, through the curses. Whole life feeling worth it till I found my purpose. Now I carry the weight of this family like a hearses. On them back so much into the pain of these verses. Now the wicked mummy standing taller than before. Still haunted by the trauma, but I don't run anymore. Used to live for myself.
Yeah, what you know about that, Teasy?
Every bottle, every toy on the floor. That's treasure to me. That's legacy. That's a the proof God still saw the best in me. Even when I couldn't see it myself mentally. Now my children bring the light back spiritually. Yeah, I still got scars underneath the rap and still got nights when the darkness starts attacking. Still hear voices from the past overlapping. But I can't fold now, too many people counting on me happen. See, the old me died when I became a father. That broken lost child don't exist any farther. Now I move like a king, protect what I harbor. 3 little souls made the wicked mommy stronger. So if you ever feel abandoned and alone, ain't nobody loves you and know it feels like home. Remember, pain don't decide what you become. Sometimes the darkest souls raise the brightest suns. Yeah, this is more than music. This is survival. This parenthood. This legacy. This generational design. This is Wicked Enchantment Records. I'm the pharaoh of the underground, and I'll be the wicked mummy forever. I was lost in the crypt's cold nights, black skies, dead inside, mask on, pain in my eyes. Now the babies give me strength every time that I rise. They're the reason that the wicked mummy still survives. I done crawled through the dirt, through the fire, through the curses. All I've been I was till I found my purpose. Now I carry this family like the weight of a hearses. On my back, so marching through the pain of these verses. Yeah, this more than music, this survival. This parenthood, this legacy, this generational design. This is Wicked Enchantment Records, and I'm the pharaoh of the underground, and I'll be the wicked mummy forever. Yeah, produced by DJ Neil. Wicked Enchantment Records, motherfuckers.
I like that. I like that better than the last one you played, and probably better than half of the songs you sent. That just something about it seemed a little, I don't know, more raw and real. And not that not that you don't come off real, but I'm just saying something about that song versus the sound of some of your other songs. Like it sounds more original. You know what I'm saying? It sounds so. I like that. TZ came in saying, "What's good, mommy? Shit's flame."
Easy.
Wiggy. So absolutely, that was all right, man. And
So
if anybody saw, I'm working on an art project. That's why you might have saw me blowing on a album or a record thing.
the thing about pain through purpose is it's an opportunity for my fan base to get to truly know who I am as a person, because I'm very passionate about music. Music is definitely like the passion that I'm choosing a professional life in. But I've wanted to be a father since I was 11 years old. That's the whole reason why I was trying to kill myself in my 20s, because I was told I couldn't have kids. And
Right.
even if I completely flop this September, the one thing I can never truly fail at is being a father.
Right. I feel it. Uh, so then my next question we'll ask is, well, let's okay, so you're about to play this event. You've been to the gathering. So I'll just ask the question and you answer it however you want. Have you played or been to the gathering? And if so, how many times on both accords? And I'm guessing the answer is no, you haven't played the gathering, but it sounds like you've attended quite a few of them.
Like I've been to 2 gatherings. I went to my first
Okay.
gathering in 2010. I was actually the guy. There was a video of me on YouTube of me on Wolfpack taking 4 kicks in the nuts.
Oh,
And then this last year I went and I won Juggalo Fear Factor. That was me. Staple.
oh,
That's me. You know,
oh,
makes sense.
okay. Yeah.
Wiggles over here like that fucking tracks.
Right. What? Wow.
Give me just a second.
Okay. Yep. I don't know if anybody's in chat right now, but I just want to say smash that like button. It's a small gesture from you to me, but it's a big favor to me, to the YouTube algorithm. It shoots it out. It gets some new people in here, possibly. Gets some new eyes on Mox. That's the whole idea. Get him some new viewers and whatnot. So, absolutely, please smash that like button. If you guys have any questions for him, you can drop them in the comments and I will put them up on the screen and we'll try to ask your questions as well. But for now, we're just going to move forward with
Now,
some of mine. But
before we move forward on that last question, I don't want to disappoint any of my fans by saying this, but I will probably never perform the gathering. And the reason for that being is the gathering is my time to go kick it with family. That's literally my vacation every year.
yeah.
Whereas I if ICP themselves came up and said, hey, we want you to perform main stage, we'll pay you, I might do it.
You might.
Say I wouldn't, but I probably won't, because that is my time to enjoy myself amongst juggalos and family. It's my time for camaraderie, to re-energize myself. I wouldn't say I wouldn't do it at least once. Like if they ever had, how like every gathering has had a different theme. If they ever did one that was Egyptian themed,
I
would probably fucking perform. Just
right.
of it being an Egyptian themed gathering.
Right. That'd be epic. You almost would have to do it just because.
I would. They would be fucking twisting my goddamn arm if they did
that. Right on. Let's see here. Where are we on the list? Okay. If you could collaborate with any artist, and I'm gonna word it this way: give us like somebody mainstream that's untouchable. Give us somebody that maybe underground on top that you feel might be untouchable. Give us somebody that with enough money, you probably could get that feature, whatever, and then somebody on the level, somebody equal to you that you would collab with that just for whatever reason you haven't or whatever.
So give me a second. I'll give you two. I'll give you one from mainstream and one from underground. I'll start with underground. Blaze You Dead Homie, because whether a lot of people realize it or not, he is a heavy inspiration for my stage persona. Heavy.
Okay.
And the other one I met in person not last month, but the prior month, and he told me to hit him up on Instagram. He's a pastor now, actually.
Oh shit.
But in the hip hop world, he is just straight the fuck up iconic. And that would be this man right here.
I'm not sure I know who it is. I don't mean this. Sorry.
Project Pat.
Oh, damn. My eyes are deceiving me. I should have known that. Well, hell yeah. He's a pastor?
Yup.
Damn. I mean, I don't listen to. He's one of those again. I know the name. He's in the circle, but I don't listen to him.
Hello.
You got a call?
Fucking dead call. It was Crusader Clinic. That's where my son has his doctor at. I think I missed his doctor appointment today.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I'll call tomorrow and reschedule it. It's no big deal.
I have to switch earbuds here. All right, realistically, where do you see yourself in the music industry in 5 years? What's your 5-year game plan? Are you going to be signed? Are you going to be on a label? Are you already on a label and you just hope to advance that? Are you staying independent? If reach out in 5 years and say, hey, let's run it back, and then I bring up this very question in this interview, what are you going to tell me has happened? And don't be too literal. I get we can't predict what happens, but what's the goal?
I'm gonna have to answer this in sections.
Okay.
So I'm starting my own label. I don't know if you guys heard at the end of that last track where I said this is Wicked Enchantment Records. I'm starting my own label. The goal of my label is, and we're still looking for people to bring into the fold as far as a roster goes. But the idea of Wicked Enchantment Records is to create a independent underground platform for artists that want to retain ownership of their masters, because the way we're having it structured is during contract, the label will hold temporary ownership of an artist's masters. And then if they're released from contract or their contract ends and they want to start their own brand at that point, go to bigger and better things, sign to a bigger label, they carry their discography with them. We won't retain anything other than like recordings of their live performances or interviews from the time frame they were under Wicked Enchantment Records. But the sales of their albums, streaming platforms, royalties, all that stuff, they take 100% of it with them.
Right.
Basically, my goal is to run it like a more evolved version of Psychopathic Records. So one thing I know, between the whole ICP Twiztid beef, there was a discussion of masters. I don't want to get into that too much, but for the sake of mentioning it, I don't want any situation like that to rear its ugly head in the empire I'm trying to build. So nip it ahead of time. Fucking bud, you know, like, and as far as where I see myself in 5 years, you know, if people like my music, I see myself doing tours, and I'm really at home in the underground. I grew up on underground music most of my life. I like my taste in mainstream music is, well, I'm picky. I like most of the mainstream music I like is now considered underground because it's from the fucking 90s. It's not nothing like radio anymore. You know, like.
No, I get it. It's considered like an oldie now.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like, but I don't ever see myself selling out a fucking stadium or going on some grand world tour. That's just not who I am. Now, what I would like to do at one point in time in my career, like when my name does get big enough, I would like to do a tour, and I've already got the concept of the name of it. I would call it the 365 tour. 365 shows in 365 days. And I would plan it out like this. Now, this is quite a way away if I ever do this, but I would plan it so that I'd have multiple shows within a general area, and it would slowly move across the country over the course of the year. That way, let's just say, like, what state are you from?
I'm in Indiana. I'm actually from your state, but I live in Indiana now.
Okay, so like northern, southern, central, what?
The eastern, like literally on the Ohio border, Ohio-Kentucky border, middle of the state.
So let's just say I do a show, right? Let's say I have 4 shows in Indiana. One of them up in Gary, Indiana, which is right by Chicago. Others in Indianapolis, and then another down, like on the other side of the state line, but still in Indiana, down by I believe it's what's that fucking town? Is it Cincinnati?
That's Ohio. Cincinnati is.
I know, but the fucking major Ohio city that borders Indiana and Kentucky. That's Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say
Yep.
I do a show that's right across
Cleveland.
the line from Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
There's multiple shows in that state. That way, if you missed one or you had to work, you know, you might have to travel,
Yeah.
but you'd be able to make another one.
The big spots in Indiana that I know of for concerts, at least in our realm of underground and stuff, is Indianapolis. There was 2 venues. There still is. There's a really big one if you're big famous type shit. Like ICP could probably get it, the Rue Hall or whatever. But otherwise there's the Black Circle, and there used to be another one, but it ain't in existence right now. So yeah, Black Circle, Rue Hall, and then you have Carl's Tavern in New Haven, Indiana, which is up north, closer to, I don't know, Michigan people, if you will, in Ohio. And then Evansville, Indiana, which is kind of what, southwest, uh, area of Indiana, like the southern western part of the state. And then you mentioned Gary, which would be like directly above. I don't know if there's any concerts there, boy. That city's something else.
Artist that I recently met and became personal homies with. You've actually interviewed him about a year ago. Later this year, one of his shows is going to be at Carl's Tavern. And that's Zach Tier. By the way, if you guys have not checked him out, go check his shit out. He is fire. He just released a new album, and oh my fucking God.
You're gonna be at that show?
No, but I am.
Oh, okay.
I am probably going to book myself onto the last 2 shows of that tour. The one that's in Centralia and then the one that's in Iowa. So,
okay.
I mean, hopefully it falls through. We haven't fully closed in on that booking deal, but we're in talks about it. So
there you go.
You know, you never know.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Zach's good people. I just randomly interviewed him. I mean, there was a little influence, obviously, by my homie Shay, and Siamese Goat God was giving him a little bit of credit and whatnot. So, but I didn't know him to be a juggalo until after my stream, and then he even said that he's like, you kind of gave me an introduction to a better introduction into it, because he was just a rapper, you know what I'm saying?
I was at the 618 Invasion show that he did most recently last month with Siamese Goat God, and the conversation I got to have with him, I got the opportunity to look at him and tell him like this. I'm like, look, it's like this, man. You're either born a juggalo or you're not. Sometimes it takes time for you to realize that's what you are. I looked at him and I said, motherfucker, if you're about family, you're a juggalo. So, I mean, yeah, that's Zach Tier's the homie, man.
Yeah, and he can rap. He's talented. And his homie, Hayden, is that his name?
Yeah.
Hayden. I think he's
Holden.
Holden. Yeah, he's got an interesting voice. So yeah, absolutely.
I'll be honest. When I heard Holden's voice, I'm like, I could have swore I've heard him before, like listening to gospel music. Like he's got
a powerhouse, boy.
Yeah, like he's got a really powerful voice. Like if he made worship songs, man, he'd make me want to go back to Christianity.
Right. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna holler at the old lady and see if she's gonna go get food or not.
Take your time.
Well, I surely hope that didn't mess up. All right, can you hear me? Oh shit! Did you mute your mic? I know I muted mine for a second.
I did, and my dumb ass was
Oh,
you're talking to the
okay.
chick.
No, I just thought. Wow. No, I thought I messed it up when I like backed out for a second. I'm like, oh, what the heck?
I don't know how many more tracks, if any, that you're gonna allow me to play, but I do have another one lined up, and this one,
Absolutely.
this next one should actually get the chat pretty fucking hype because it's called "Inside the Mind of a Juggalo."
There you go. Um, Let me ask you two just random questions, and they're pretty short, like basic questions. And then if you wanted, you could go ahead and play that. And while you play it, I might actually take the opportunity to go take a leak again because my soda's coming through me. But
Catheter, man.
right, I need to just hook that little peewee up to a hose and run it out a window.
Did you see Ninja last year at the gathering that was wearing a fucking diaper?
I did. I did.
I wouldn't sit on them porta potties either, but like I brought my own fucking camping toilet that you could put a bag in.
Right. I'm not standing in a crowd of people wearing a diaper expecting to piss myself just because I don't want to leave the crowd and lose my spot. Like what? That's so crazy to me. I mean, again, to each their own.
I mean, proud of the dedication, but goddamn, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, no, it ain't that serious. Okay, so the first question then would be, what's your favorite color?
My favorite what?
Color.
Just not to get into like the details of it because I did gangbang when I was a kid, but baby blue.
Uh, okay, mine's red. We enemies. The
Why we got enemies? Why can't we be frenemies?
right.
I'll be honest. The only color that really matters is green.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, and that don't really gotta everybody watching out here. That don't necessarily gotta mean money. You know,
Right. No, it doesn't. No, my favorite color is just, appearance wise to see, to wear, whatever is probably red, black, and purple in that order, so to speak.
right on.
And then the next question would be, what is your favorite domesticated animal? And then what is your favorite wild type animal?
So when it comes to domesticated, like I love dogs. I love dogs. I mean, I have a cat, but um, I'd say it's 50-50 with dogs and cats for domesticated.
Okay.
If I could have them, they all get along, that would be perfect.
Right. Then what about a wild type animal?
So my favorite wild type of animal is it's technically an arachnid, and it's nothing
Oh,
ever want to physically hold. It's something you'd want to stay in a tank,
yeah.
a safe fucking barrier, and that is a red Kenyan bird spider.
Ooh.
I grew up watching Animal Planet and National Geographic and Discovery Channel and shit. Like, animals was like, as a little shorty, that's what my biggest interest was. Now, I did watch a little bit of Cartoon Network here and there, but most of the time, like if you were my parents and you came home after work and I was already home from school, you would catch me on the floor like this watching Animal Planet.
No, I love it. I love nature. I love animals probably more than people. So I'm with you. I don't know about. I mean, and that's cool though. That's where it's valid because it's a wild animal, and you state that you know that you would never own it, or you know what I'm saying, type thing.
Oh, I would most definitely own one if I could, if it was legal to own that species of spider in the United States. I would just never fucking have the balls to pick it up.
Yeah, you know.
It is literally, out of all the tarantulas on the face of the earth, it's the most aggressive. Its venom with one bite isn't enough to kill you or anything like that, but it's so aggressive that when it bites you, it pulls back out in and out about 10 times and gives you enough to kill you.
Dang, like it knows it. It's like, ah! Yeah, I'm good on that. But mine is dogs, and I do own cats too, but I also own dogs. Cats, I've never. So this is what's weird because my wild animal is a white tiger. They're not supposed to exist. Every 1 in 200 Bengal tigers have an albinoism, yada yada, and they're beautiful. They'll lure you in and they'll kill you. So I too wouldn't own that, but
Hey, women tend to be the same way.
Yeah,
Beautiful. They'll lure you in, and they may not kill you as quick as a tiger, but they will feed you bacon and slowly kill you.
right, right. Absolutely, cholesterol straight to your heart, man.
Reason
And then
why women live longer than men. Number one is, we tend to eat shit that isn't the best for us, clogs our arteries. The other shit thing is you don't see women doing half of the stupid daring shit that men do.
right, without question, just that seems like all right. I'm gonna give that a try. Hold my beer.
You ask me to do a stunt, a questionable stunt, I might be like, hold my fucking beer. My woman to do it, she's like, I'm not fucking doing that stupid shit. You're a fucking idiot.
Right. Absolutely. All right. Intermission. Play your song. I'm gonna go take a leak real quick. Everybody, hang out. Anybody that comes in new, I'm sorry. Just figure it out, and then I'll be back in a second.
All right, let's journey inside the mind of a juggalo.
Yo, step inside, the carnival's open and the shadows collide. A painted face, a twisted grin. Welcome to the chaos that lives within. I crawl through the fog, hear the laughter in my head. Clowns struggling pain, serving nightmares in your bed. The smell of fear mixed with fago in the air. Blood on the mirror, demons everywhere. Chains rattle. Mask grin, it's a wicked parade. The innocent dance while the monsters invade. I sip the chaos like it's liquid gold. Inside this mind, sand is bald and soul. Inside the mind of a juggalo. Everything's darker in the world, Painted faces, twisted hearts to show. We feast on the man that's unlike you. Norman holds inside the mind of a juggalo. Everything's louder than your radio. Carnival horrors, the shadows glow. Step real close, let your soul overflow when you're turning inside the mind of a juggalo. I hear whispers in the alley, secrets in the night. Juggalos unite under neon light. We're the lost of damn, the forgotten breed, feeding off anger. Hunger, pain, and greed. See your family in the chaos, but it's stained with scars. We drive rusty cars under blackened stars. The hatch is swinging, but it's love we crave. A twisted devotion in a carnival grave. Every laugh hides a scream, every hug hides a knife. In the painted world, we celebrate the strife. The world calls us crazy, but inside we see the truth of existence, pure insanity.
I can't.
Mind of a juggalo. Everything's darker in the world, Painted faces, twisted hearts to show. We feast on the man that's unlike you. Norman holds inside the mind of a juggalo. Everything's louder than your radio. Carnival horrors, the shadows flow. Step real close. Let your soul overflow when you journey inside the mind of a juggalo. I'm the mummy with the curse wrapped in bandages tight, rising from the crypt to spit this fright. Clown eyes gleam and the fire burns slow. We live in the chaos, let the whole world know. Family of freaks, yeah, we scream and bleed. Carnival of souls, every dark thought we feed. Painted grins, had to swing. The ritual begins inside my mind, where this nightmare wins. So now that you walk where juggalos dwell, inside the carnival, inside the hell. Remember the laughter, remember the scream. Mox Tha Wicked Mummy, reign supreme. Yeah! Wicked Enchantment Records. Produced by DJ Neil. Whoa, whoa. Motherfuckers.
Okay, I mean, I obviously didn't catch the very beginning of it, but I caught most of it. Motherfuckers.
Now, I will say this: if you guys heard at the end of some of those songs so far, where I say produced by DJ Neil, that is my recording engineer, my mixing and mastering engineer, and it's also who makes my instrumentals. He doesn't make instrumentals for anybody else. He is retired. And the only reason I have convinced him to make instrumentals for me is because I plan on contracting him to Wicked Enchantment Records when we fully take off.
There you go.
Only reason I get his instrumentals.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I wasn't sure if you had a whole team or if you done it all by yourself or if you just outsourced or whatever the case was. I know you said you wanted, you're gonna create a label, so yeah. My next question for you is, have you ever met anyone famous to you? So obviously, through VIP experiences, I've got to meet the clowns and Ouija.
Back in 2010, I did get a chance to meet Twiztid as they were driving off on their golf cart. I've met Scum. I've met Kung Fu Vampire, Siamese Goat God, and I have met Insane Poetry, obviously Looney Tunes. Like there's a list, bro. Like just in the last 6 months alone, I've been networking and going to different artist shows and stuff just in my area. I met Buckshot at last November on the 2nd at the first show of the second leg of the Freak Show tour. I've met a lot of different famous people, bro. But like I don't get starstruck like I used to, like I was back in 2010 meeting Twiztid. Like,
Right. Fair enough. I also answer like I've got to meet Pauly Shore. So outside of the music industry, I got to meet Pauly Shore as a stand-up comedian, and obviously he was an actor. He doesn't do so much for acting anymore, but that was probably one of my big meets outside of the music industry. And as you said, I've met a lot of artists just engagement at shows, like in the gathering, artists just walk around, people like Scum and Darby and
I will say this one's kind of a little surprise for you and everybody else. This is not something I talk about very often, but so my mother's maiden name is McCartney, and there is a really famous pop artist
like Jesse McCartney or whatever.
That's like my 4th or 5th cousin. I think I met him once when I was a real little kid, but that's like my fourth or fifth cousin. We are related on my mom's
Like,
side.
let's link up. Let's make some music. I ain't even asking for money. Let's just do something weird and put it out there.
Me and him don't make the same kind of music.
That's what makes it fun.
I get that, but like I really think it would be extremely difficult to fuse.
No, yeah, I get it.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be impossible. I'm just saying it would be really difficult.
Right. It wouldn't mesh well.
I mean, and there's a reason he doesn't hang around like relatives, like my mom's side of the family anymore. And you know, my guess, I don't know the full story, but my guess would be is he thinks that, you know, like because he made it and he's rich, we want access to money. I could give a fuck less. I can't speak for my other relatives, but I it's just like, oh hey, that's cool. I'm related to a celebrity. Cool.
Right. Let's see here. Next question. And by the way, the people that are in the chat, I've said it once, but I'm going to say it again. Feel free to ask a random question, put it out there, and I'll put it up and ask him. Shout out to Cheese House. Said Wiggles got a cosmetology appointment after this. I work at a nursing home, and I came straight home and then had to deal with some dumb shit. Fucking, I don't even want to go into it. If you watch the beginning, I talk about it. So yeah, I had to just get ready and jump right into stream. So that's why I'm still in work clothes, sadly. All right. How do you try to separate yourself from other artists in the industry?
I mean, I wouldn't say I really try, but if I had to say what would set me apart from a lot of artists, now granted, this isn't the case for all of them because, like I said, you know, like Scum is a real down to earth guy. He's a very humble dude, and he's very in touch with his fan base, and he's a genuine person. But like, I don't like to think of myself as like this high and mighty celebrity. I don't like to picture myself ever being that. And, you know, just even
You're just a dude that enjoys making music, putting it out there, and hanging out with homies.
I'm just like you. I'm just like the rest of the people in the chat. I'm just a normal dude. I enjoy doing this because I enjoy bringing entertainment to people. I love ancient juggalo, or I love juggalos, ancient Egypt, Johnny chat. So the story with Mox the Wicked Mummy's period in ancient Egypt is actually something from an alternate reality, because in my songs I say I'm a 50,000-year-old pharaoh, and Egypt as a country didn't even exist that long ago in this reality. So like there's some degree of fantasy to it as well. I like to throw bits and pieces of reality and everyday life and stuff like that into the music, but I got to keep it fun. I got to keep it mysterious, you know, like I'm building a whole like lore and universe out of Wicked Enchantment Records. So like when we have another artist come on that has a stage persona that's not their real name, you know, they get the privilege of deciding whether or not they want to be included in the label's lore and their universe. They could literally just be an artist signed to the label and not want to touch any of that, and that's their right.
Right, absolutely.
But
go ahead, Sideman.
But like I said earlier, I'm trying to build this like old school psychopathic.
All right. Let's see here. The next question do I have? We're gonna go with, did the skill come natural or did you have to learn and practice? And what I mean by that is they say some people are born with a given talent and other people have to go to school and training and practice a lot, but then they become equally competitive in whatever that thing is. Do you think it was more of a natural or a learning curve?
I would definitely say it was a learning curve.
Okay. Oh, I'm like, what? But I heard your
Yeah,
message.
mouse to work. Figure out why it's not connecting. I'm still here. I'm just gonna step out
Oh
of
no,
it
yeah,
for a
yeah,
second.
you're good. Um, well, so I got we pretty much started to get through most of the questions. I do have I got one random question here. It's kind of a two-part. And then, like I said, I do have a few of these game questions. We're right at the hour and a half mark, give or take. And it's not that I don't want to hang out forever, but I hear my old lady just got back with food. So at some point, I'm going to have to eat some food and then get ready for bed for work in the morning. But I want to give you the full, amount of an interview just like anybody else. And you're the first artist, I think, that has came on here prepared to play music. So that's cool as shit. And I thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, I do have some stuff that is gotta stay a secret, but
um but let me go ahead and ask this question. If you can hear me, I hear you messing with your thing or whatever. It's kind of like a two-part, and it just goes as follows. Who were, and you kind of just touched on it a little bit, but this is just a flat out how or why. So, who or what inspired slash came up with your stage name and your logo, if you have one that is identifiably yours? So, rather it's on a shirt, a hat, a flag, or whatever. They know that's you, that's your logo, or whatever. So, how did you come up with that? And then your stage name, just officially, like, why Mox the Wicked Mummy? How did you come up with it?
so Mox is when I came up with the name Mox, it was literally a short and combined uh, slashing of monoxide and madrox. So it's like mono, take off the NOXID, and then just take the X from the end of Jamie Madrox's name. That's literally how I came up with the name Mox. A lot of people think, oh, see, your name's Mox, or do you have Moxie? Like, I didn't even know that was a fucking word when I came up with it. But, but what inspired the whole Wicked Mummy aspect of it would definitely have to be Blaze You Dead Homie, a mixture of Blaze You Dead Homie and the old school Mummy movies with Brandon Fraser. So
Okay.
there was like a lot of different ingredients that went into the fucking pot.
Yeah. I'm sure it's for like search terms. There ain't nobody else with that name. So like when you go to type it on YouTube or whatever, you're pretty much the only one that pops up, I would assume. I
If
don't know.
you search, if you Google search who is Mox the Wicked Mummy, it will pop up. Mox the Wicked Mummy and is an underground musical artist in the horrorcore and juggalo rap subgenres. His stage persona blends dark undead theatrics with horrorcore intensity, macabre storytelling, and twisted humor. Now if you just search Mox the Wicked Mummy, right?
Right.
It shows my old label in the info, but I do have a screenshot of it's constantly changing. but I do have a screenshot of what it used to say, which is what it should say. It says Mox the Wicked Mummy is a underground horrorcore and wicked clown juggalo style artist based out of Rockford, Illinois. He blends dark storytelling, twisted humor, and plague bars into hard-hitting underground flows.
Okay. Yeah. You know, obviously in this industry, there's a lot of people out there trying to make music, and if your name can be, you know, searched and it goes directly to you, then that's, you know, that's a key component or whatever. But sometimes, you know, people just make names and that's what they roll with, no matter if there's other, so, you
Like
know.
I was on Swill's edition not too long ago. I think it was like 4 weeks ago, something like that. And when like some of the same questions you were asking, but they were asked in a different format. One of the chat persons was like, "Oh, he basically ripped off a Blaze's persona."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look at it that way. I look at it like he inspired me. Like there would be no Mox the Wicked Mummy if it weren't for these artists existing.
Right.
Never did their thing and got the name they got to where they caught my attention as a fan, this would not be sitting here in front of you today. They
Right.
really deserve credit for creating this, whether they intended to or not.
I didn't know you were on Swill's show. Swill, he's good people. However, I mean, he can be a little more rash and harsh, or his chat can, if you will.
I don't take offense to nothing, man. Like I said, my music's not for everybody. Some people might think it's trash, but one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Right, and criticism is the way you grow. Anyhow, take it with a grain of salt, make improvements where you see fit, and just keep on trucking. So, all right, yeah. Uh, so I really got like these two my little like game questions here, and it's just an assortment of either ors if you want to run through it. If not, then well, I do have a random one, but I usually ask it after the game question.
How about we do this? How about I play another track called "I Still Rise"? We'll finish up with the game questions. And then before we close out, I'll play Mummified Juggalos for everybody.
There we go. That works.
All right, y'all. This is I Still Rise. And I'm pretty sure this is going to add more questions to your list, because this is going to like open your eyes like, damn, who fucked with you this hard for you to make this?
Yeah. It's for every motherfucker that laughed when I was down. Every snake that switched up, every fake friend, every doubter, every bitter soul that prayed on my downfall. Look at me now, still breathing, still building, still coming back from the grave. Fuck what they say, I still rise. Black sandstorms in my red eyes. Try to bury me 100 times. I'm coming back to take what's mine. I won't quit on my blood of dreams. Can't break the king with a soul this mean. Knocks me down, I'll revive again. Tell my haters you still ain't win. They love you when you're broken, hate when you healing. Mad cause I kept fighting while they quit believing. Tried to fill ahead with lies and division, cause misery loves company and jealous people listen. But I stayed solid through the pain and betrayal. Walked through the fire while they prayed that I'd fail. Every scar on my body got a story to tell. Every bridge that I crossed led me out of hell. You ain't never stopped my vision or my destiny. I built this from the dirt while you're obsessed with me. Talk about how my back, but never say it to
Probably be wrapping up here.
to show respect, and the funny thing is, I kept receipts for every switched up, every fake grin. Now I'm watching karma sink its teeth in, while I rise from the tomb like I'm back again. Fuck what they say, I still rise. Black sandstorms in my red eyes. Tried to bury me 100 times. Now I'm coming back to take what's mine. I won't quit on my blood of dreams. Can't break a king with a soul this mean. Knock me down, I revive again. Tell my haters you still ain't winning. Built from abandonment, rage and scars. Now I'm shooting past limits while they stuck where they are. Everybody got opinions when you chasing the throne, but none of y'all was there when I was fighting alone. Late nights, no sleep, demons in my chest. Still got up every day and gave this life my best. From my kids, from my future, for the woman I love. I'll drag myself through hell if I gotta rise above, and that's fact. You can kill determination with gossip and hate. I survived every night, y'all through with a smile on my face. Tried to exile the pharaoh, now the curse is awakened. I ain't got forgiveness left for snakes. Now I move different, heart colder than stone. Everybody switched sides when I needed my own. But pressure made diamonds and hate made kings. Now watch me turn pain into everything. You wanted me hopeless, broke, forgotten. Instead I became relentless. Every loss made me harder. Every betrayal made me smarter. And every time y'all counted me out, I came back stronger than before. What they say, I'll still rise. Black sandstorms in my red eyes. Tried to bury me 100 times. Now I'm coming back to take what's mine. I won't quit on my blood of dreams. Can't break a king with a soul to sweet. Knock me down, I'm revive again. Tell my haters you still ain't winning. They watch from the sidelines, sick to their stomach, cause the men they tried to bury turned into something. Every laugh, every rumor, every cheap shot thrown only built the foundation for the king on his throne. Y'all created this monster every time you betrayed me. Every time you switch faces and acted shady. Now the hunger in my soul got me feeling untouchable. Pain made me dangerous, hatred made me uncrushable. I done crawled through the mud with my hands full of scars, still reaching for the moon while y'all worship the stars. See, I don't feel failure, I've been living too worse. Had my name dragged through the dirt, still broke every curse. And the people I love know exactly who I am. A survivor, a fighter, not a man that'll abandon. So if the whole world turned against me tonight, I still march through the flames ready for the fight. Cause I was born with that fire in my veins, built to endure pressure, built to survive pain. And I swear on my blood, on my kids, on my dream, ain't a soul on this earth gonna come in between what I'm destined to be and the legacy I'm building. I keep rising from the dead while you're stuck in your feelings. So keep hating, keep praying, let I fall again. I just resurrect stronger, do it all again. They say I still rise, middle fingers to the dark skies. Tried to chain me, I broke free. Now you gotta watch what I'll be. I won't quit till the whole world knows what survives when the hatred grows. Buried alive, but I crawl right in. I tell my haters I always win. Yeah, Mox Tha Wicked Mummy. Wicked Enchantment Records, motherfuckers. 2026, this our year.
Yeah, definitely deep. I like the melody of that song and then how it switches to that upbeat cadence or whatever and then goes back or whatever.
It's also the very first song that I have experimented with auto-tune.
Yeah, you could hear a little bit of it. I wasn't gonna dog you on it.
Like it's kind of an experiment on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, man, let's run through these really quick. Probably about 10 minutes. They're just snappy. You pick either or, and I'll also ask you this other random question, and then you can play your one song, and then well, look, we can either you can play it or you can wait till we say our outro. So like I like to do an outro as in like you give a last minute shout out to whoever and then I have something that I always say and then you could play that as we're getting ready to close and as soon as your song ends I'll end the live stream.
Let's do it that way. Let's do it that way.
All right. So at any rate then we're gonna jump into what's called the game questions for anybody that catches this on the replay. And I just like to use them to lighten the mood. And, it's still getting to know the artist on just basic level stuff of what they like versus what they don't like or whatever. So without further ado, I'm just gonna start with the first one, and that is candy, Twix or Reese's.
If we're going for texture, I have to say Reese's. If we're going for flavor, I have to say Twix because, you know, I got no top teeth these days.
I feel it. Absolutely. I ain't even hiding. All right. What's your favorite season?
Like
Normally I do
what time of
summer,
year or what I put on food?
the like summer, winter, fall, spring.
Nah, I like the sweater weather, man. I like the fall.
Okay, that's me too. Normally I just say summer or winter, and there's always somebody that's like, "Well, I like fall. I like spring." I'm like, "Well, okay." So then I just ask, "What's your favorite season?"
I absolutely hate the winter though.
Yeah, I
Like
don't like the cold.
passion. Like
Yeah.
and I'm like, God damn it. God, you got it wrong. I asked for cocaine, not this is the wrong kind of snow.
Right. Um. Right. Okay. Day or night?
Things come alive at night, man.
There we go. I mean, I work first shift, but like willingly, I'm not a morning person. I'm not nobody's friend in the morning.
If I have to wake up early in the morning, do not fucking talk to me till I've had 2 cups of coffee because if you try to talk to me, it won't even be with malice. It'll just be like a fucking reaction. I will
Yep.
stab you if you talk to me before my coffee.
Yep. I'm the same way. All right. Truck, SUV, or car?
So I drive a
What do
minivan,
you prefer?
but
Dang.
I like cars. I have a very negative opinion about people that drive trucks unless they are for work purposes. Like if you drive a fucking lifted fucking pickup truck and it's shiny and it's like a fucking toy to you, I view that as you have small dick syndrome. I said what I said. I don't give a fuck.
Oh man, that's funny. You're not probably gonna believe this, but my old lady has a thing with people with minivans. So that's kind of
Negative
funny.
thing or positive thing?
Not necessarily positive, not negative. She says typically in her experience, people who drive minivans can't really drive. They're
So
bad drivers.
my first car was a 97 Pontiac Grand Prix. The leaf springs, the frame was all rusty and falling apart. It was a death trap. Her name was Miss Cocaine because of, you know, like if you know anything about what cocaine does to the ligament in your nose, it fucking disintegrates.
Uh-huh.
And that bitch was white and disintegrating. Like my minivan is all white. When I first got it, people said, "Oh, you've got a rapist van." Oh, fuck no. So I started putting fucking juggalo stickers all
Right. Random ass shit. No, I get it. All right.
Jugmobile.
Okay, you're going out on a date. Are you going for a movie night or roller skating?
Neither. I'm
Neither.
I'm a romantic at heart. My thing would be like a candlelit dinner and then like a walk by the waterfront, maybe a beach, you know, a blanket and a bottle of wine underneath the stars.
Okay, there we go. I just put those two up there as options, but I'll take a different answer on it. Um, Ladies, are you looking? Um,
I am taken. I buddy. And I have a lot of people asking questions to who the fuck she is. And I'm like, nobody's gonna find out until the gathering.
right, there we go. Pizza or pasta?
Both.
Yeah.
Take pizza.
I want to say you have to choose, but there's literally pasta pizza.
Listen, take a big slice of cheese pizza, right? Put like
Mhm.
some chicken Alfredo with not like fettuccine, but like penne pasta in it. Fold it. Fucking man.
Bro, that sounds epic right now, and I got pizza waiting on me, but not pasta. Uh, okay. This one's more for like your fans. Which are you most active, most likely to reply or engage on? Facebook or Instagram?
Out of those two, it would probably be Facebook, but even more so than Facebook, you really want to get a response out of me, hit me
TikTok.
up where this motherfucker met me.
Right. And that's the next one. I was gonna say TikTok or Twitter, formerly known Twitter X.
I mean, I have all those social media accounts, but like I rarely post on Instagram and Twitter. Um, like mostly what I use Instagram for is messaging other artists that only use Instagram. I have it for
Right.
this, but I don't really use it.
I don't directly post on it typically, but my Facebook is connected, so sometimes it shares what I share on my Facebook.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. I will say my artist profile, for some reason, I cannot seem to fucking log into it on my PC. And every time I attempt to, it takes me to my personal profile. But
Yeah.
artist Instagram and my artist Facebook are on the device that I have attached to me at all times on my phone.
Right. Uh okay. Pepsi or Coke products?
I have a thing for vanilla Coke,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had to say like downright my favorite soda, I think this is a no-brainer. Fuck the mainstream pops. Give me a Faygo.
Well, see, and that's included in this. I ask what's your favorite Fago next.
I have two, and they are rare flavors.
All right, lay them on us.
Blue Moon Mist
Oh.
and another flavor that I have only ever seen in Detroit or the Woodmans in my city, and that is Arctic Sun. Like Arctic Sun is so fucking rare. I had like 42 liters with me at last year's gathering. Somebody in the parking lot party came up, is that Arctic Sun? I'll give you $20 for a bottle of that. Okay.
What? Right.
Okay.
Give me that money. Let's go. No, that's crazy. That's dope. I like firework as a go-to. Candy apple's okay as a treat, and dreaming's okay as a treat and on ice cream. I don't know, 60/40's good. Like I like a lot of them, but like my go-to is probably firework right now. And honestly, I haven't had one in a minute. I could go for one.
I like to get like like the little deep popsicle ice trays that have like 4 in them, and you
Yeah.
popsicle stick. I like to use firework for that. Now, on as a bonus note, everybody loves great Fago dogs, but
Yeah.
pineapple Fago marinated pork chops, grilled, not fried, grilled. You have not fucking lived till you've tried it. And I got to give a shout out here and there. I know I'm going to do shout outs later on, but the person who taught me about pineapple pork chops, pineapple Fago pork chops, if you're watching right now, homie, DJ King Fago.
That sounds so dope. King Fago. I feel like I know, like I should know him on TikTok.
You'd probably do.
Yeah, I think I know the homie for sure. Do you be hanging out in streams with Obi? Do you know who Obi is?
I might follow him, but like it's rare that you will catch me popping into somebody's stream.
Do you ever go live on TikTok yourself? Just kicking it?
When I'm gaming, When I'm playing
Yeah.
Art Raiders, I do.
Oh,
Or Fortnite.
all right.
Yeah, I
Bet.
play Fortnite, everybody. Sue me. I know it's a kid's game.
It's not a kids game. It's worldwide. I just never played it really. And then I had somebody recently be like, "You should download it," and I did. I downloaded it for him, and then he turned out to be kind of a dickhead. So honestly, I need it. And in fact, I think I already deleted it and then downloaded some like old school Call of Duty and random ass shooter games.
I'm probably going to catch a lot of hate for this because I've been playing since the game launched. But my two favorite seasons were Chapter 6, Season 1, when they had the Typhoon Blades. I didn't even pick up a fucking gun when the Typhoon Blades were out until I found one. And then I eventually learned where the stands were, where they spawned, and I instantly dropped to those locations. Like, I would get like 30 kills in a game with just a Typhoon Blade.
What
And,
system are you playing on?
huh?
What system are you playing on?
PC.
Oh, okay. I
mean,
got you.
I have an Xbox Series S, but that's my girl. And I used to have a Series X, but I went to the PC platform about a year and a half ago. I ain't looked back since. Like, it just.
I'm not convinced. I like holding the controller and playing the game. But I get where you can do more advanced stuff on a computer. I'm not a hater.
That, because I use a controller for my PC gaming too. But
yeah.
But like graphics wise, rendering, like I've been in the same game side by side with somebody like LAN party style.
Right.
In a public match, and they were on a Series X and I was on my PC, and I could literally see somebody's head popping up over a hill on my PC that they couldn't see on their console.
Damn.
But when they say PC graphics wise has a serious unfair advantage, they are not lying. And I want every advantage in this life I can get, whether it's gaming or being in with a certain person that can put me on and help me make a better life for my kids. I want every advantage that I can get. Now, if I have to earn that advantage, I'm okay with that too.
Right, absolutely. All right. You're forced. You don't have a choice. Well, your choice is picking one or the other. You either got to make a 3-mile walk in the rain, or you got to make a 5-mile walk in the desert, provided water and some shade spots so you don't dehydrate. 5 miles in the desert or 3 miles in the rain.
So I'm gonna go with the rain because I actually enjoy dancing in the rain.
Hey, let's go. I've only had like maybe 6 artists ever pick the desert option, and that's because they're from that area. They live in Mexico, Arizona, Texas, shit like that. So it's like
and maybe it's this too, but when I first got my license in my first car, I was probably an idiot for doing this, but I chased a couple of fucking tornadoes.
Oh my god. Crazy.
From Tornado Alley, we're on the very northern tip of Tornado Alley, you know?
Right.
So
yep.
And I will say this, you're gathering, right, Wiggles?
Yeah.
So how about we do this? Get your laptop fixed before then. Bring it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because the songs that I'm not able to play because it would reveal a little too much about, my relationship that I'm revealing at the gathering. We'll do a part 2 to this interview where I will bring those songs and we will play them.
Hey, that sounds dope. I'll definitely try to have that fixed before then. I'm very skeptical on a laptop at the gathering, just because I know it can be crazy. I mean, I'm sure we could find somewhere, even if we have to just be back at camp, away from people. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, brother. I'm staying in a hotel for the gathering.
Oh yeah, I thought I might have was gonna do that with a homie, but it was gonna be on him truly because I'm a broke bastard, and he said that might not be happening now, so we're probably camping.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you would feel more comfortable with your laptop out in an environment for a gathering interview, we can do the interview back at the hotel, like during the hours when there's nothing going on.
Right,
Lose
right.
sleep, but we can do it.
So you're driving to the gathering then?
I'm getting a
That
rental car. I'm not bringing my own fucking vehicle.
yeah. You want to take a rental to the gathering though, boy? I mean, I guess it's safer bet-wise trip, but I mean, I've only heard of a couple instances, and like the person that their car got fucked up, they deserved it type shit. So, um, yeah. All right. So my next, and this ain't even an either or. This is, we're pretty much through those. I did have one or two other ones I could ask you, like for instance, and just real quick answer: pie or cake? Oh shit, what is that? A pie? We got some pie, baby. Sweet Ned and pie. Um, and then Mexican food or Chinese?
You're an ass.
Yeah, because I love both of those. That's why I put them against each other.
Between my two favorite foods.
I think the best answer to this question is how broke am I? Is it payday or is it the middle of the week? Because I would always probably choose Mexican, but it's a little costly. And I thought the food itself is even way, way more. But like, I'm gonna give me a margarita, and you know what I'm saying. The thing about Chinese is you can eat more. You just buffet. You eat
I
until
was just
you're
gonna say, like, there's a buffet out here in Rockford, Illinois. If y'all out there ever in the area, stop and check it out. It's called the Golden Chopsticks. They have a sushi bar, a hibachi grill, like fucking amazing, and it's good price for all you can eat. But the Mexican restaurants out here, not that fucking Taco Bell bullshit. I don't eat Taco.
right. No, I'm talking like El Cablo Blancos where we go when we go out Mexican.
There's a Mexican restaurant out here called Dos Rios.
Okay.
Expensive.
But good, I bet. That's what I mean. The food, some flavors, some heat, just a
You will
good
have an
experience.
orgasm. You will have
Right.
an orgasm. Fuck up. Your mouth will be coming.
Right. Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want sometimes. And sometimes you just gotta settle for good old Chinese and all you can eat on it. So,
Now,
absolutely.
if you're balling on a budget and you can't afford like $15 to $20 per person at the Chinese buffet, there is a place out here in Cherry Valley Mall, which is a mall in Cherry Valley, which is basically attached to Rockford. I call it a Rockford suburb. It's called Ruby Thai.
Okay.
Fucking
Thai. That's like Japanese, right? That ain't even Chinese. That's like no, Thai is Thai. Japanese is Japanese. I'm stupid. I know there's a separation in certain Asian
I mean, there's a
food.
lot of things that carry over that are the same, like orange chicken,
Right.
fucking Mongolian beef, lo mein noodles. But like, what makes the difference is the way it's seasoned.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. All right, man. So I have this random question here, and then we'll pretty much get to our outros and your last song you're gonna play for us. But this question is kind of fun. Answer it however you want. Elaborate, don't elaborate on it, whatever, short and sweet. But answer it nonetheless. You were given $5,000 cash money, but you have to pick one store and you have to spend it all immediately. You cannot leave with none of that money. This can be a local mom and pop shop to you. It can be a known chain store like Walmart, Target, something like that, Best Buy, or it could even be a known online store. But you have to tell us what you're getting, and you're spending it all.
So it can be an online purchase.
Yeah, but I mean, let us know what the store is and what you're getting and whatnot.
JuggaloGathering.com. I'd be buying a bunch of random juggalos gathering tickets that have never been.
Oh my God, bro, 5,000. Let's think about that for a minute. Um, what the fuck was entry this year? 250.
300 after taxes. 305 after taxes and fees.
Right. So that's three ninjas on a stack. Give or take some change. Yeah, that's
Comes out to
15,
about 800.
15, 20 ninjas going to the gathering that has never been. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
that's exactly what I would do.
That's a solid ass answer. I ain't had nobody say that. Dude, I wish I had all the money in the world to try that type of thing or do that type of thing or whatever. But
So
like,
one thing I will say that I plan on doing with Wicked Records is, you know how like Brendan Buckingham will like
mhm,
find somebody that's disadvantaged or disabled and they want to go to the gathering, he'll take them to the gathering.
yep, pay for their call.
I plan on having kind of that same concept where, like we'll focus on some people that are wheelchair bound and getting them to the gathering, but also like getting juggalos that have never gathered to the gathering, paying for their travel, their fucking admission ticket, VIP, hell, even maybe a ball site. Like this is something I plan on doing with Wicked Enchantment Records in the future.
I think that's dope. Even if like I don't know them, I might not be able to go to the extent of like picking them up or even like I mean obviously I'd like to meet them and see them at least for a minute, but I don't want to like control their experience. Like just if there's and the tough truth about that is like could they pay for it and they're just saying oh I can't pay for it. Like how do you select? You know what I'm saying? The individual that has.
There would definitely be like a requirement for proving your income and what makes you socially disadvantaged to why you can't afford it. Like there would be a lot of factors that go into it.
Because if you think about it, you could take any ninja that's paying for the ticket and be like, look, let me pay for that. And now you got $300 to spend at the gathering, or you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the angle? And I don't mean that derogatory. What's the angle? But you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference? Like Brandon, for example, he literally takes homies that have been like disabled or fighting something, and they have reached out to him and been like, look, man, I would love to go, but my health, like I never have a way or my money's tied up in my, type thing. And he's like, all right, I'm going to just pay for you. I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go together. I'm going to take you around, show you around, the whole bit or whatever. And so, yeah, I
bro,
think it'd be cool. I
I
hope you do it.
can't say whether this is 100% true, but I heard that he got was somebody with like cerebral palsy or something that was still a virgin. He got them laid at the gathering.
Oh, well, I don't know all about that one of the details. One of the ones that really did touch down for me is like he did take a guy. I don't even know if he was really a homie or not, but like, it's that whole thing. And I don't remember what year it was, but he took him out there, gave him the whole experience. They were doing whippets and all kinds of, what I'm saying, shit. And then the guy died the next year, like from his health, thing. And that's crazy. That's kind of like one of those awe moments, you know what I'm saying? So like that's cool. It's sad. It's not cool that the dude died, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool that he got to give him that, moment before. It's kind of like the Ronald McDonald freaking, children's hospital make a wish thing or you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So no, yeah, that's dope. Yeah. Um The heck was I thought I had something else that was gonna pop up in my head, and it completely blanked out. So really, I think we're right here at the outro. Anybody that watches this on the replay, I want you to seriously try to check out this guy. I may not have been my full energetic self today, and that's my fault. I wasn't expecting the whole BS with the neighbors and 50 knocking on my door right before the stream went down and just kind of yeah, I still got to go eat supper, but we've been live for 2 hours, and I want to say thank you for your time, for hanging out with me. If you're catching it on the replay and you watch till the end, you fucking rock. Okay, like go check him out because at that point you're pretty much a day one fan. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing.
And if you are watching on the replay and you have some questions that Wiggles might not thought to ask, we are talking about doing a part 2 at the gathering. So,
which is only 3 months away.
Yeah, put those questions in the comments because I'm pretty sure the homie here will go back and look at them and write them down and ask them.
Absolutely. Yep, I'll be referring to him. I think that'll be really fun. And the fact that we'll be at home doing it, just fucking kicking it out. Well, even if it's at the motel, we're still at the gathering event. And like, I think it'll be way more, chillax and personal and, huh?
Do you like pizza toppings?
I'll eat absolute except like I'm not gonna buy a pizza with pineapple on it, but I'm also not.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Pizza toppings.
The kind that make you see pretty colors.
Yeah, with the right mood environment.
While you're at home at the gathering, do you enjoy pizza toppings?
Every now and again, I'll have a candy bar. I've never ate some raw ones there because even though we're all family, I still don't trust all of you.
Fair enough.
But you seem cool, so yeah.
My plug comes from Cleveland, Ohio, and it is the strongest I have ever had. The best part is they don't show up on a drug test.
Right. So yeah, that could be interesting. But at any rate, before this earbud completely dies on me, ironically, it's all working towards right near the closing. This is your moment to say, give a last minute shout out or whatever you want to say. Shout out whoever, acknowledge whoever that maybe you have not. And then I have something that I like to say. I say it every time before I close my stream, and that hasn't changed and probably will never change. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you the floor to if you have any last minute shout outs, and then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and then when I say what I say, then you can start that song. And when the song ends, folks, I'm gonna hit end on the stream. That's gonna be it.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Looney Tunes and Hog Rock Music Venue for giving me my opportunity, my shining moment this September. I want to give a shout out to DJ King Fago, one of my close personal homies. I want to give a shout out to my best friend and my birthday twin, Carrie. I want to give a shout out to my woman, even though I can't say her name or reveal anything about her. She's my biggest supporter, and even though she hates my music, she is my biggest encourager. I want to give a shout out to my dad. You raised a fucking beast. I want to give a shout out to Scum for being, just a genuine human being, not just an artist that's inspiring. I want to give a shout out to all of my homies that tolerate me on TikTok. I want to give a shout out to my kids, man, because they are my number one in this life. Catherine, Lindsay, Marcus Jr., I love you guys, and you're the reason I do this.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Shout out, yo, kids.
Oh, And shout out to homie Zach Tier, man. We both artists here from Illinois, and you know, not just in the juggalo culture, but we're gonna put Illinois back on the motherfucking map.
Let's go. There's actually some pretty dope artists coming up out of Illinois in the underground and whatnot. So yeah, shout out Illinois for holding it down on some underground. That's pretty dope.
Originate in Illinois, do you cross your enemies out with the K, then you gang related too, motherfucker, like Violent J.
All right, man. So I like to end my stream by saying, tell somebody you love them. You don't know who needs to hear that, and it could be you that changes the way they feel or think for a moment, for a minute, in that time of need. When I was 18 and homeless, nobody thought I was, they just thought I was maybe a dirty kid sitting on a park bench, and nobody definitely was like, look, I can't give you no money, but I'll listen to you. And nobody done that. So just be considerate of others. You never know what somebody's going through. And look, if you can't tell a stranger you love them, then tell them Wiggles loves them and tell them where to find me so I can tell them myself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, well, I'm going to let my man Mox the Wicked Mummy cue us out of here with a song.
I'd like to add to that. I second that. Tell a stranger you love them. I may not be a Christian. I'm a Norse pagan, but I grew up as a Christian. And one thing I know the Bible does say is be careful who you're rude to, because you may be entertaining the presence of angels.
Possibly.
With that being said, whoop whoop.
Yeah. Mox the Wicked Mummy, rise from the sand. Dead juggalos marching with Fago in hand. From Detroit to the desert, wicked never dies. When the tomb cracks open, we terrorize. Mummified juggalos crawling from the sand. Face paint, flicking Fago in on hand. Crypt door slam where the wicked we stand. Forever underground where we run this land. Mummified juggalos chant through the night. Pyramid glowing in the hatchet light. Dead but alive, still ready to fight. We rise again, bringing fight tonight. I'm that cursed mummy with a juggalo brand, wrapped in sin since the plague began. Coffin heads bang like Detroit bass as I drag my rags across the after place. Sandstorm swirl when the wicked get hype. Blood on the mic, yeah, the pharaoh type. Papyrus scroll with a rhyme from the dead. Got hieroglyph hatchets all over my head. Smoking kush from a pyramid pipe. Eternal life, but I'm still not right. Juggalos wrap tight, cursed and bound. Dead, but we pump that underground sound. Mummified juggalos crawling from the sand. Face paint, flicking Fago in on hand. Crypt door slam where the wicked we stand. Forever underground where we run this land. Mummified juggalos chant through the night. Pyramid glowing in the hatchet light. Dead but alive, still ready to fight. We rise again, bringing fight tonight. Blood moon shining on the hatchet crest. Fago guys is rising from the crypt of the west. Carnival of tents in the dunes of time, with corpse clowns dancing to the wicked rhyme. Pharaoh of the underground, psychopathic scribe. Carving murder hieroglyphs to keep the vibe. Lotus petals burn where the sand gets black. If you hear my name chant, ain't no turning back. We play the bloodline of the ones who slayed. My team's the stage where the wicked played. 50,000 years, but the fam's still tight. Cause the hatchet never dies, just mummified right. Mummified juggalos crawling from the sand. Face paint, flicking Fago in on hand. Crypt door slam where the wicked we stand. Forever underground while we run this land. Mummified juggalos chant through the night. Pyramid glowing in the hatchet light. Dead but alive, still ready to fight. We rise again, bringing fight tonight. You hear that drum? That's a tomb heartbeat. Dead clowns stomping through the cryptic streets. Pharaoh of plague, bringing curses and chants. Blood rain falling where the corpses dance. Ancient juggalo, insane sense birth. Straight Fago, I'm the gods of earth. I'm the sand-sawed sinner with a wicked grin. Mox the Wicked Mummy, resurrected again. Sarcophagus slam, wicked show run. Carnival of chaos like a hella summer. If you ain't down, better pray or hide, cause the juggalo's eternal, mummified. Mummified juggalos crawling from the sand, face paint flicking finger in our hand. Crypt doors slam where the wicked we stand. Forever underground but we run this land. Mummified juggalos chant through the night, pyramid glowing in the hatchet light. Dead but alive, still ready to fight. We rise again, bringing fright tonight.
Down in the crypts, we don't die, we multiply. Mummified for life, the carnival never dies. Mox the Wicked Mummy, hatchet eternal.
Well played!